Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Lilith Lodge Yaps Your Fucking Ass Off. I'm really vibing my makeup today, so I'm glad I'm going to be able to get 2 videos done with it like this. It just looks great. It looks so great to me. Anyway, enough of me tooting my own horn, guys. Let's get into this. Today I want to do a bit of a story time about what it was like the first time I found my porn leaked, my OnlyFans content leaked, and also what I've learned since about having it removed from the internet. This is a conversation that's come up a few times in my DMs with other industry peers, and I don't think there's enough people talking about it. And I think this can be really useful. Not only, it's kind of an interesting story time, but also the resources at the end of how to have it removed. Okay, so about a year and a bit ago, I was on tour in Perth. So we're talking, I've been making content on OnlyFans for about a year and a half before this leak happened. And this was around the time that I was doing really, really well on TikTok. And I guess I had more eyes on me and on my content, right? I'd been doing a back-to-back tour. It was actually my last stop of like a month and a half long tour. And mind you, this is the same tour where I got assaulted in Sydney. I don't know if you guys know that story time of like where I was back to back. Yeah, the same trip, the end of the last leg of the trip. I'm in Perth. I think it might have been day 2. I woke up and I had a message from someone saying, "Hey Lil, have you searched your name into Google?" And I was like, huh? Because I thought, oh, someone's doxed me, fuck. So that's what I thought. Jump on Google, go to images, because obviously first came up all the TikToks, right? I had to click on the images tab, and my naked photos were all over the images page. And when I tell you, the first time that happened, I just froze and I was like in paralysis for a bit. I did not know what to do. I was shocked. I was as far away from home as I probably could be, like within Australia, as far away as I could be. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm like, I have clients today. I've got stuff to do and my content is leaked. I'm naked on the internet for free and they're not even paying for it. And I just I spiraled. I really did spiral. And I was like, oh my God, to pull it together for bookings and stuff like that. But immediately at that point in time, I did have enough time to start looking into it. So I started looking into what I could do to have it removed. And I found a thing called DMCA takedowns, all right? And so I was looking into that and I could see that OnlyFans could do the DMCA takedowns for you. So of course I get onto OnlyFans contact and I'm like, oh my God, my content is leaked. Please help me, it's a crisis. And OnlyFans team is like, please link us to the content so we can have a look and look into having it removed. And I'm like, oh my God, there's like 150 different links that I've got to send you. So there I am, like before this booking, trying to send through everything I can find, every single link to try to get OnlyFans to help me. Now they said that they would, and they said it would take, I believe, if I remember right, they said it would take 2 to 3 weeks to have it removed. And of course I'm there like, oh my God, everyone can see it for free for 2 to 3 weeks, right? Did everything I could, did my bookings, came back, had another crisis after I'd finished work that night. And it was a lot. And I'm sure a lot of you watching this, it's probably divided. Some are like, well, what did you expect when you started producing that content? Fair, valid. I think that I didn't really expect it to happen because I got away without it happening for so long, possibly. And also so many girls harp on online about how using OnlyFans makes your content safer, right? It's less likely to get pirated. That's not the truth, girls. It's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not the fucking truth. But we are fed that by everyone else, and we all parrot each other and keep repeating the same things. The only thing that's safer is your videos, and I'll get into that later. Now, I end up waiting the 2 to 3 weeks, and like maybe a couple of the photos are down, but majority of it is still up. And then as soon as they're getting taken down, another link from the same website is just reposting them again. And I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I decide to embrace it and try to use it as an advertising strategy. So what do? I get on TikTok, I make a video, my content got leaked, and just call it out myself, because at that point I didn't know what else to do. I wanted to have the power. I wanted to have back some of the power in that situation, and that's what I did. Now, when I made that video on TikTok, it did get a lot of views, and I had a few girls reach out to me, and that's when they started giving me advice and some resources. A few of them said that OnlyFans had successfully got down all of their content, which was great for them, but for me, it just wasn't moving. I had a couple recommend lawyers, but these were expensive, and as much as I could afford them, to me, I looked at the price tag and I looked at the content and I thought, I think I'd rather the content just be up there than pay that much money to have it taken down. And then it was actually Jade Blair, who told me about BrandItScan. Now, in this is going to look like I'm being paid to talk about them. I'm not getting $1, I'm not getting a cent. I pay for their service with my own money. Okay, I swear it on my life. This is not a paid promotion. But she told me about BrandItScan, and I'd previously seen another sort of similar service that I think it was Annie Knight was promoting. However, that one was kind of expensive. I think it's like $150 a month. And at the time I was like, oh, I don't even know if it's going to work, right? But Jade said to me that the BrandItScan, she had it, she was using it anyway, and it was working. And it was about 50 USD. So let's say like 75 Australian dollars or something a month. And I was like, fuck it. If I have to cancel, I'll do 1 month. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Sign up for that. It scans the internet for anything with your face. I don't know how great the face recognition is, but it also searches for your name, and it can also be misspellings of your name. So mine can look up Lillith Lodge with just the 1 L instead of the 2 in the middle. I think you can put in like 3 or 5 variations of your name, right? And so then it will search the internet, anything it finds with your name in it or with your face, it can send you a link, and you can actually go through and click through the thousands of results and see every single image that was on the internet. It can also take down like catfish accounts of people make like fake TikToks of you or whatever. But keep in mind, if the content they're producing isn't actually using your face, they just like have you as their little display picture, but then everything else is different videos. They can't take that sort of thing down. But it is a really useful resource. So essentially they sent me a thing saying there was like 1,500 pieces of my content on the internet, and in saying that wasn't 1,500 unique photos, it was like 1,500 images in total, and a lot of them were the same 30 or 40 photos just being posted over and over again. Okay, so I paid for that. I sent the takedowns through them, which was automatic, or some of them, when it was asking you, is this you send through the takedown. And I think most of that content was removed within a week. Majority of it was probably removed within 2 or 3 days, at least delisted from Google. So that was fucking great. That was so great, worth every dollar, and I've had it on ever since. But I think at the time, not knowing what I could do, everything kind of felt even worse than it was, because I was just stuck there, and none of my friends at the time even did OnlyFans. Like, my friends are all escorts, and they didn't have any knowledge to share with me about the situation. So honestly, BrandItScan was a lifesaver. I still use it to this day, and yes, I know occasionally some images of me, particularly one of me before my boob job, pop up kind of regularly, and sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days to get them taken down. All in all, they don't really stay up for that long, and to me, that, you know, that's worth it. And honestly, if you're that desperate to see a picture of me with my tits out, like, good for you, bro. Like, good for you. Like, it's wild to me that men go like hunting through crevices of the internet for this content for free, when they could literally just like wait for a sale, and it'll be like $3.50 or like $5 to go on the page, and like I have thousands of photos, videos, everything. Anyway, so that was a nightmare. It was shortly after that point in time, or just before that point in time, I think it was just after, I started doing boy-girl collabs. And I worked with a certain creator who, you know, he was my first video. He's no longer really in the industry, but that content got leaked. And I thought it was him and his fault that content got leaked, like he must have posted it somewhere. But I realized I didn't have, I think it's called your DRM, which is in your settings on OnlyFans, switched on, which is an encryption for your videos so that they can't be pirated. I didn't have that switched on. So it was probably my own fault that video got leaked. But again, BrandItScan was able to get that video down. And yes, that was the full length sex scene was posted on the internet. Now, it wasn't again until, I want to say it was a couple months after I filmed my scene with Apollo, that video started popping up everywhere as well. I believe that possibly this one must have been leaked from his side somehow. Possibly his DRM wasn't on. I really don't know, and that's not an attack on him. I can still get it taken down, it doesn't really matter. But my encryption is now on. Now, something to keep in mind if you are a creator watching this and you switch your DRM or whatever it is on, and you can Google it and find out what I'm talking about. It will, for your fans that have really old web browsers, haven't updated their tech or anything, it won't play videos for them. So you get a lot of guys messaging you being like, it's a scam, this video doesn't even work. It's that they have an outdated browser, so like an old Firefox or like old Google Chrome or whatever, and haven't updated it. So you just let them know they need to update their browser or try on a different device, because that is why it's not working. And it is a really simple fix, but of course they assume that you're scamming them, you know, in the moment, because they're just so angry that they can't play their video at their convenience. But yeah, it's a really fucking scary thing. Like, it's happened to a few of the girls on their first ever video, the second the video's been released. And I think it's really gross. It is actually illegal for these guys to be pirating this content. And if OnlyFans is able to trace who it was, then they can be in a lot of trouble. Because when you sign up for OnlyFans on their end, on the platform, they have all of your information. The creator themselves doesn't, just the username that you put in, but the platform does. What is kind of funny is when it is very niche videos that you might have only sold like 5 copies of or something, right? And it's that's getting leaked. And then you're like, oh, that's suspicious. It has to be one of those 5 guys. And then another video leaks at the same time, right? And that video that's gone out only had 10 people buy it. And there's only 2 that cross over between the 2 videos. And so you're like, pretty easy to narrow down who this was that's fucking leaked this content. It really doesn't take a rocket scientist, but it's a matter of OnlyFans not actively looking into it as well as they should have, in my opinion. But please know, if you're going to get into the porn space, that this is the reality. This is what happens. Your content is going to end up on the internet. It's going to be there forever. And you're going to be battling day in, day out to have it removed so that people can't see it for free. Or a lot of the girls get to a point where they just embrace it and think, fuck it, they can see my tits for free, like I don't really care, and then have all their other content behind a paywall. So yeah, just be mindful. It is not foolproof, OnlyFans. And yeah, it's really fucking scary the first time it happens. It's genuinely scary. It's so yuck to me that there are men out there who think it is okay to go and like not only post this content, like that's super fucked up, but also the men that go and look for that content without paying for it. Like, to be going to the effort to go through, you know, all over the internet looking Lillith Lodge's porn for free, Lillith Lodge nude. Like, come on, like pull your fucking wallet out of your back pocket and pay for the fucking OnlyFans. Most of the time it's on sale for $5. Are you that broke? Or do you just get off on it being non-consensual? Because I think that's a really big thing, actually. I think that is a massive thing. I think some men, not all, I'm not saying it's all, some men genuinely get off and enjoy the fact that they didn't have your consent to view it, that it's sneaking around behind your back getting it for free. And what I want to say about that is karma is a bitch. And you may think that that is an innocent crime. Hee, you know, you're so slick, you're so great with your IT skills, finding the fucking video. Cool, right? But like, come on. We've seen karma do its thing time and time again. And what you're doing is not ethical, and it's not fair, and it's exploitative to the performers in that content who now you are watching for free. So maybe you think about that the next time you go scouting for that sort of content for free. If you want free content, that's fine, but go on the hub or somewhere where it is controlled, where they have to sign release forms to put it on there. Don't go hunting for my content without my consent, because it's just yuck. It's just yuck. It's broke cunt behavior, and it's just not it. Anyway, that's that for this rant. Hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, if you're a content creator and this happens to you, please use Branded Scan, because it's been great for me. I really do recommend it. It's a very easy site to use, and a lot of the time, once you've got the wheels churning on it and it knows what it's looking for, it will just keep itself running in the background, so it doesn't even require a lot of work to keep it running. The first few times, yeah, because it's trying to be like, hey, is this you? Is this right? Is this you? Kind of thing, and it needs your input before it starts running its own motors. But it can even scan Telegram and stuff like that, which is really fucking cool. But yes, anyway, I better stop yapping and get ready for this booking. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm gonna have a really fun booking. I already know, I can feel it in my nuggets.